first video of Queensbury boxers from Thailand. Yeah, and obviously most of them were Muay Thai to start off with, but again we start with Sochitauda. Again, there's a few different names. There's about 3 or 4 actually, but I'm not going to go into too much detail if it gets confusing. Let's go with Sochitauda. He was born at Chauvelet, Wong Charion in the Queensbury province in Thailand in 1962, May the 5th, 1962. He was formerly twice WBC and lineal flyweight champion, having defended the title 9 times in total. So, I'm going to go through. Yeah, so his record was 26 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. It does vary because, again, he's using names of his own manager and all sorts. But again, that's the one I know to be correct. On Wikipedia, it says it's a little bit different. He's got 28 total fights. Here he's got 31 total fights. I'm sure that's the most correct one. Like I say, there's a few different names he went under. He built in his Muay Thai days. He built a reputation as Chauvelet Sith Pram Brahma, or Chauvelet Sit Prom. I'm not going into too much detail, it gets very confusing there. Yeah, so after winning his first 4 professional Queensbury boxing matches, he challenged for the WBC Light Flyweight Championship against Korean champion Jung-Koo Chan on the 31st of March 1984. He lost a 12-round decision. Yeah. So he had his name in the rankings as Sorchit Patana, and he lost to a guy called, when he had that name, Netchnoy Sorvorasing. Yeah, and that was in the WBC rankings at the time. But again, it gets very confusing there. So let's go to the World Flyweight Championship. So, undaunted by the Jung-Koo Chan loss, the Korean, he won 2 more fights, and a little over 6 months later, shocked the WBC and lineal flyweight champion Gabriel Bernal. Who was a Mexican fighter, and he won the lineal and WBC title off him in his home country, in the indoor stadium in Humark, Bangkok in Thailand. Chitauda is best remembered for his fights with Gabriel Bernal from Mexico. The two met twice again in Bangkok on June the 22nd in 1985. Bernal fought Chitauda to a 12-round draw. Chitauda keeping the titles because of that. Then Bernal made another attempt 18 months later, but on the 10th of December 1986, he lost another 12-round decision to Chitauda again. So never beating him. He had his number, come close, but no cigar. So this was Bernal's final attempt at the flyweight title. Yeah, after that 3rd fight, Chitauda brought stability to the WBC lineal flyweight titles. 6 title holders prior to Bernal, before he beat Bernal, all losing the bouts in their first defence. So yeah, it brings a bit of stability there. And Bernal losing in his 2nd defence to Sochitauda. So again, he had a good old run here, Sochitauda. He made 6 defences after that. He won several non-title fights as well. During his run, he defeated former champions Charlie Magri, guy I met at a boxing show many years ago. Charlie Magri, and he beat Freddie Castillo. He lost the titles though on the 24th of July 1988, travelling to South Korea, losing a 12-round decision to Yong Kang Kim. And after winning 3 more fights, Chitauda lured Kim in for a rematch in his home country of Thailand. At this time it was Chitauda who came out on top for a 12-round decision. He then made 4 more title defences. Yeah. In his 3rd defence, he made a 2nd fight in the Western Hemisphere when he defeated Richard Clark. I remember him. A good Jamaican fighter, actually. Light fighter from Jamaica. Yeah, and he beat him on 11th round knockout in Kingston, Jamaica, thus retaining his titles. In his 4th defence, he travelled to Seoul to avenge the only other loss in his career, which was Jung-Koo Chang. Yes, we avenged that loss. Following the Chang fight, the Jung-Koo Chang fight, on the 15th of February 1991, Chitauda defended his titles against fellow countryman Wang Chai Kit Kesem. Yes, so that's Wang Chai Kitikesem. He beat him, Wang Chai Kitikesem. This fight ended Chitauda's reign as he suffered his first knockout, and Kit Kasem stopped him in the 6th round to take the titles. Chitauda won 2 more fights, challenging Kit Kasem to a rematch, but the result was the same. Yes, he lost to Kit Kasem again. This time it ended in a 9th round stoppage. That fight would be the last of Chitauda's career. He retired and never attempted to come back. After his retirement, he studied at the Faculty of Humanities, University in the Thai Chamber of Commerce. He is the first Thai boxer who graduated with a bachelor's degree. He worked in he worked in a Thai Airways, already resigned. Yeah, so he worked for the Thai Airways when he retired from 2006 to 2007. Chitauda taught Muay Thai at the Muay Thai Institute of Komponli in Salt Lake City, Utah. He has since moved to teach martial arts in California. Also in Utah, yeah, so while being in Utah, he would visit the Thai temple that was located in Layton, Utah. He was honoured, as many people would come in for autographs, so he was sort of honoured in that way, because he was, known. He spoke in broken English, but was very eager to teach Muay Thai class in the early mornings at 6 a.m. there. His style was different from the other teachers who were there. So so obviously he was he did very well at Queensbury style, but obviously, as a lot of these Thai boxers, they come up that way. He definitely brought the world of Thailand to little Utah. One move that he was recognised for was the jumping air kick. Most of his former Utah students miss him and wish him the best of luck in his new location of training. Yes, so Sochi Tauda. Yeah, I remember him fighting Magri. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Didn't enjoy it too much, but yeah, he did a number of Magri. Should we go into his opponents a little bit? So, I mean, that's the record I'm believing, 26-4-1. Because he went under different names, even in the WBC rankings when he started, etc. So, I mean, he started out his career in 1983. Yeah, so he had that first one there. He fought for the, I'll go for his world title ones mainly. Rudy Palicao, he fought, who had a 7-2-1 record, who was from the Philippines. He beat him for the title. Gabby Bernal went up through earlier. Charlie Magri, I thought that was a title. That wasn't a non-title actually. That was I thought it was WC Fly title. I'm sure Charlie Magri was near the. Yeah, it was his third to last fight actually, and I know he lost to Jim McKenzie as well. Charlie Magri, cracking little fighter, but yeah, that was more at the end of his career. He used to cut Charlie Magri a little bit, but he beat Freddie Castillo. He beats non-title Moon Jin Choi from South Korea. He had a 10-3-2 record at the time. For the fly title also he beat Nakarat Kiatson Thea. So yes, a Nakarat Kiatson Thea. And Gabby Bernal, he fought him 3 times. Yeah. And Nakarat Kiatson Thea was from Thailand. He also fought for the fly title Riki An, who was from South Korea. So again, these are fighters who really never get a mention really. So it's sort of nice to just go through them and mention them. So Freddie Castillo, he fought, and he also fought a Japanese fighter called Hideki Kamishiro. Beat him. A guy called Boy Selda. He was from the Philippines. He beat Boy Selda. And Yong Kang Kim from South Korea. He had a 19-0 record when he beat him on a split decision for the WBC title. And Welgi Leonora, who was Philippines. You see a lot of similar countries, unlike the sort of more USA heavyweights and etc. Richard Clark from Jamaica. John Koo Chan, he got his revenge there. Majority decision from Korea. And he lost to Wang Chai Tikikasen, his own homeland he come from. Muan Shai Kit Tikasem. Then he fought a two-match fighter, Chanwoo Park. Yeah, that's about it. So, cracking little fighter actually. So, but yeah, his record does vary, but I'm going with that one. 26 wins, 16 by KO, 4 losses, 2 by KO, and 1 draw. So that's the end of the first video on Queensbury boxers from Thailand. Bang.